when they engage in this kind of, I would say, digression, looking at it from your perspective as a political reporter, do you think they're ever going to get to the bottom of this? And is this just politics?
Of course, politics is at play, and as I've said, for Kenyans who care to, who are keen on events, the drama that we saw unfold in Mombasa when the committee went on a fact-finding mission to try and actually inspect the 99 mobile containers, that push and pull, the throwing of words around the chair and the committee members, clearly there cracks had emerged, and the bone of contention, what we hear, and that one maybe we'll know how it will go. We understand that there are those ones that are against the committee summoning some of the suppliers of those particular containers. Now, you know that there's a company by the name Sandals International in which the president's sister and a cousin, they are implicated, not implicated, actually the cousin came out and said yes, they are part of it, and the deputy president confirming that the president's sister is just like any other woman who can apply for tenders and win. So there are those that are saying some members are pushing to have them come. You remember the drama that unfolded with the Waiguru, Kafura, and Mangiti when they appeared before the committee. So there are those that are saying they don't want these members to appear. Of course, you know, the president's name is there. The opposition leader is on record having said that the corruption has entered the president's inner circle. So there are those that are saying maybe by having them come and being cross-examined by members, it might not maybe paint a bigger picture, and perhaps that confirms the fears or the rumors that there's pressure both from the committee and outside the committee to have these members not pursue that matter. Remember what befell the Public Accounts Committee, the same, that led to the hounding out of the chair, Babu Namwamba, and the Vice Cecily. So that could be the same. And we understand they've said Tuesday is D-Day, so we will put our ear on the ground and just to see the developments into this.
All right, thank you very much, Duncan. Of course, as you say, we will be putting our ears and eyes on the ground to see how things develop. Duncan Hamba is our senior political reporter here at KTN News, and of course, this is where you keep it to get the latest developments in such stories of corruption, scandals, and whatnot. But let's move on now. The Cabinet Secretary in charge of Education, Dr. Fred Matiangi, has said that the production of half-baked students in institutions of higher learning is partly due to cheating in the KCSE exams. He says such students, when admitted to institutions of higher learning, are unable to pursue some of the challenging courses they have been admitted for and end up dropping out. While speaking at Kagumo Teachers College in Nyeri County, where he had attended a fundraiser, the Education CS said that such scenarios would reduce as education stakeholders are determined to stamp out cheating completely. Matiangi has also warned head teachers against taking money from parents in exchange for places for Form 1 next year. Earlier on, the CS had supervised exam invigilation in some schools in Nyeri County.
Is that we want to achieve the good results in the while they are grappling with both curriculum and co-curricular activities held in Meru, Eastern Region, in April 20. National Athletics Championship held.
As a country, we cannot afford to go back and live the way we have lived before, where we set exams and leak them, where you know, children get fraudulent grades that they have actually not earned. And what you do not know is this, and let me break this to you today. You need to understand the actual effect of this nonsense over the years. Because we've had children admitted to courses and programs in the university and they cannot complete even the first year, because they did not qualify to go into those programs in the first place. And we've constantly kept doing this, where you see schools are announcing 200 A's, you know, and 150 A's. I want to see them this year. Yeah, I would like to see those 300 A's this year, where they will be from. Let's be honest one with another. We are destroying our children. And let us now stand firm and be together and work on this together as people who love their children. God has blessed us with children, and He wants us to raise them up responsibly. We cannot be, as adults, parents or teachers, the ones who are teaching our children fraud, so that we tell them you can cut corners and you can get a grade that you do not deserve. We have to be honest, and that is why the government can assure you that we will have a credible exam in 2016, and we will follow this process meticulously even through the process of marking, so that we ensure that we have credible exams and we have reliable scores, as it were. No parent should pay any admission fees in a public school for a standard 1 child. No parent should be asked to pay admission fees. And those of you who are here, my colleagues.
All right, let's now speak to our reporter, Carol Nderi, who is joining us from Nyeri County to just get more updates about that tour that Education Cabinet Secretary Fred Matiang'i has had in Nyeri County. Good afternoon, Carol. Thank you very much for joining us. The Education Cabinet Secretary Fred Matiang'i has been there for a while now. Just give us updates of some of the things he's done in Nyeri County, even as examinations continue.
Good afternoon, Akisa. As we have seen in the clip, a tough talking Dr. Fred Matiang'i, the Cabinet Secretary in charge of education, saying that the scenario, the unfortunate situation has been that due to cheating in the national examinations, sometimes the students actually do get very good grades. We're talking about straight A's or even A minuses, and they're strong B's, and they are admitted to pursue some challenging courses, or we'd call them challenging courses in institutions of higher learning. But what happens is, because this A was not genuine, then they are unable to pursue some of these courses. The engineering courses, for example, are known to be quite challenging and tough. But you see that some students drop out. Then this is a scenario that has been occasioned by this student not having acquired that A legitimately. And these are some of the situations that the Cabinet Secretary in charge of education, Dr. Fred Matiang'i, is saying that needs to be eliminated. And that is why he's fighting so hard to ensure that cheating in its entirety is stamped out. And also, the other thing that he brought out is that there is need for the curriculum in teachers' training centers to be changed, a complete overhaul, because they want teachers to be modern-day teachers, to be acquainted with information and knowledge that goes hand in hand with the requirements of today's world, and then using what we'd say an old system of teaching the teachers about teaching methods that are modern. He says that they are working hard to ensure that they will change the syllabus so that the teachers of today are not taught using methods that are outdated or, almost obsolete. And then the other thing that also Dr. Fred Matiang'i, he toured Nyeri County. He started by visiting Wamagana, that is an area in Tetu constituency, where he checked containers, or rather the opening of papers right at 5:30 a.m. Very early in the morning, he was here, supervised the opening of the containers where the papers are kept, and proceeded to schools. He visited Nyeri High School and Our Lady of Lourdes in Muiga, Nyeri County. The other thing that he also said before he proceeded